Yeah. 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 Welcome to Beyond the Block, everything crypto. Welcome to Beyond the Block, everything crypto.
All right, so we've got a pretty interesting stack of crypto news today.
Yeah, definitely a lot going on.
Bitcoin, almost at $100,000.
Mm,
XRP going crazy.
absolutely.
And even all the big traditional finance companies are starting to get involved.
Yeah, it's really interesting to see that shift.
So what we're going to try and do in this deep dive is figure out,
Yeah.
why it feels like everyone's saying crypto is about to explode.
Yeah, the interesting thing to me is it's not just that the price is going up.
Right.
It seems like we're seeing this total shift in the whole landscape.
Right.
Regulations are changing.
Hmm.
More people are accepting crypto.
Yeah.
It's becoming much more mainstream.
Okay, so let's break it down a little bit.
Okay.
First up, XRP.
Yeah, XRP's been making headlines.
It's been all over the place.
Huge price surge.
I saw a crypto wizard predicting it could hit $8.
Wow.
And then Credible Crypto saying we're headed for a new all-time high. So what's actually fueling this?
Yeah.
And how reliable are these predictions?
You always have to be cautious with price predictions.
Right.
They're often based on, a lot of assumptions.
Yeah.
And the market can be extremely volatile.
Oh, absolutely.
But it's not like XRP's growth is coming out of nowhere.
Right.
There are actually, substantial factors behind it.
Okay.
We're seeing a lot more developers
Okay.
working on the XRP ledger, which is that underlying technology.
Right.
And there's a lot of talk about the potential for XRP ETFs, which
Right.
would make it much easier for mainstream investors to get involved.
Makes sense. So it's not just hype.
Right.
There's real activity and development going on behind it.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's move on to something that really shook things up. Gary Gensler's resignation
Yeah.
as SEC chair.
Big news.
Even Teresa Giudice was tweeting about it,
Wow.
calling for a make crypto great again approach. What's the significance of this for crypto?
Well, I think Gensler's departure is a really big deal. He was known for taking a very aggressive approach to regulating crypto,
Right.
essentially going after companies through these enforcement actions. And a lot of people in the crypto world felt like that was stifling innovation.
It definitely felt like he was constantly cracking down on
Yeah.
crypto companies, issuing warnings and lawsuits left and right.
It was very, heavy-handed approach.
So how does this resignation actually change things?
I think it signals a potential shift
Okay.
in how the U.S. government approaches crypto. A good example of this is a recent court decision on the dealer rule,
Okay.
which the SEC was using to broadly classify a lot of crypto transactions as securities,
Right.
giving them a lot more control. But the court actually pushed back,
Interesting.
basically saying the SEC was overreaching.
So does this mean crypto has won the regulatory battle?
I don't know if I'd go that far.
Okay.
There was that YouTube video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We saw everyone going crazy over saying we have won.
It's not quite that simple.
Okay.
The SEC chair change is definitely significant,
Mm-hmm.
but the whole regulatory landscape is still evolving.
Right.
We've got a new Congress coming in,
yeah.
and there's a lot of talk about, a more crypto-friendly legislative environment.
Okay.
There's even a bipartisan bill that's passed the House
Right.
that could potentially get through the Senate,
Yeah.
which would actually clarify a lot of these confusing regulations.
Okay, so speaking of changing attitudes,
Yeah,
even Charles Schwab's CEO
I know, right?
is jumping on the crypto bandwagon.
Yeah, he's come around.
He admitted he felt silly for not buying crypto earlier, and now he wants to offer spot crypto trading through Schwab.
Interesting.
Is this a sign of traditional finance finally embracing crypto?
I think it definitely is.
Yeah.
We've already seen institutions like BlackRock and
Yeah.
Fidelity launch crypto products.
Yeah.
And I think more are going to follow suit. And
Yeah.
this really adds legitimacy to the whole space and is likely to drive even more growth.
Okay.
It's becoming clear that these big players
Yeah.
can't just ignore crypto anymore.
All right, so let's try and put all this together.
Yeah.
We got a potentially friendlier regulatory environment, growing institutional interest,
Yeah.
and a lot of excitement
Definitely a lot of buzz.
in the crypto community.
For sure.
Could this be the setup for a massive crypto boom?
It's definitely pointing in that direction.
Okay.
But what I find particularly interesting
Yeah.
is the potential for Donald Trump to be what some are calling the first crypto president.
Okay.
His stance on crypto has been surprisingly positive. And there are even whispers about a crypto czar position in the White House.
Wait, hold on. Crypto czar.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a new one.
It's an interesting idea.
What would that even look like?
Yeah.
What kind of impact could that have?
Well, it's all speculation at this point.
Sure.
It suggests a real commitment to incorporating crypto into the U.S. financial system. You could imagine someone like Chris Giancarlo,
Right.
who used to head the CFTC,
Yeah.
actually advising the president on crypto policy.
So instead of just reacting to crypto,
Right.
the government would be actively shaping its development.
Exactly.
That's a huge shift.
It is.
But I have to ask, what about the risks? We've seen crypto scams.
Sure.
Hacks a lot of volatility.
Absolutely. Those are real concerns.
Wouldn't a pro-crypto government be taking a big gamble?
Well, there are definitely risks.
Right.
And any responsible government would need to address them. Things like investor protection, preventing money laundering,
Right.
ensuring the stability of the financial system.
Okay.
But ignoring crypto altogether isn't a solution either.
Yeah.
This is a rapidly growing industry
Right.
with the potential to create jobs,
Right.
boost the economy, and even improve how our financial system works.
Okay, so it's about finding that balance, right?
I think so.
Encouraging innovation while still mitigating those risks.
Yeah. Finding that middle ground.
But back to this crypto president idea.
Okay.
How would this actually impact the average person? Should everyone be rushing out to buy Bitcoin right now?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
The beauty of crypto is its diversity.
Right.
There are thousands of different cryptocurrencies out there, each with its own unique use case and potential.
Okay.
It's about understanding the technology,
Right.
doing your research,
Is that
and
right?
finding projects that you actually believe in.
So it's more about being informed and making smart choices
Absolutely.
than just following the hype.
Yeah,
This is where resources like the Beyond the Block podcast come in, right?
definitely.
I know you're a big fan of their work.
I am. Beyond the Block is an excellent resource for anyone who wants to learn about crypto,
Okay.
stay up to date on the latest developments,
Right.
and really understand, this complex world of digital assets. They break down complicated concepts in a way that's easy to understand, and they have some fantastic guests on the show. Real experts in the field.
What I like about them is that they don't just focus on price predictions
Yeah, I agree.
or get caught up in the hype.
They go deeper than that.
They really dive into the technology, the real-world applications,
Yeah,
the potential impact of crypto.
absolutely.
And they do a great job of explaining how these changes in the regulatory landscape
Right.
and these government attitudes could affect the future of crypto.
To connect the dots.
Like they recently did an episode on the potential of CBDCs and what it could mean for the US dollar.
Oh, it was a good one?
So if someone's listening to this and
Yeah.
thinking, this is all really interesting,
Right.
but where do I even start? Beyond the Block is a good place to go.
Absolutely.
Okay.
They have a wealth of information on their podcast,
Right.
on their website. They cover everything from the basics of blockchain technology
Okay.
to, in-depth analysis of specific crypto projects.
So it's like a one-stop shop for all things crypto.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. So we've talked about XRP's price surge, the SEC shakeup,
Yep.
institutional adoption,
Right.
and even the potential for a crypto president.
It's a lot to take in.
It's a lot to process.
Yeah.
What's the main takeaway
Okay.
you want listeners to walk away with?
I think the key takeaway is that we're at a really pivotal moment in the evolution of finance.
Okay.
Crypto is no longer this fringe movement. It's becoming a mainstream force.
Yeah.
And the decisions being made right now by governments,
Right.
by institutions, and by individuals
Yeah.
are going to shape the financial landscape for years to come.
So whether you're a seasoned crypto investor or just starting to learn about it,
Right.
it's important to stay informed
Absolutely.
and pay attention to these developments.
Yeah, this is stuff that affects everyone.
And that's why resources like Beyond the Block are so valuable.
I agree.
They can help you
Yeah.
cut through all the noise, understand the key trends, and make informed decisions about your financial future.
Exactly. They make it accessible.
Now, going back to this idea of a crypto president
Okay.
and the potential impact of pro-crypto policies,
Right.
we talked about the U.S., but this could have ripple effects globally.
Right. Absolutely. The U.S. is a major player on the world stage. And its stance on crypto could really influence other countries. If the U.S. creates a clear and supportive regulatory framework, it could really encourage other nations to kind of follow suit.
Yeah. Because right now it's a bit of a patchwork, right? Different countries, different rules.
Yeah,
Makes things really complicated for everyone.
Yeah, it's a barrier.
So a more unified approach could really boost the entire crypto ecosystem.
I think so. It could also accelerate the development of those real-world use cases for crypto, which we're already starting to see in areas like cross-border payments and supply chain management.
Yeah, it's easy to get caught up in the price speculation.
Right.
But at the end of the day, the real value of crypto lies in its potential to actually solve real-world problems.
I completely agree. And that's what makes this space so exciting to me.
Yeah.
It's not just about making money, it's about creating a better,
Right.
more equitable financial system.
That brings us back to something we touched on earlier.
Okay.
This idea of a crypto president
Yeah.
potentially leading this charge. What would a pro-crypto government actually look like in practice?
Right.
What kind of policies could we expect to see?
Well, it could start with things like clarifying the tax treatment of cryptocurrencies,
Okay.
making it easier for businesses to accept crypto payments, investing in research and development.
And on the regulatory side,
Right.
maybe creating a more streamlined and efficient process for approving crypto projects and businesses.
Exactly, instead of the current system,
Yeah.
which can feel really slow and uncertain.
Right. So we're talking about a pretty fundamental shift in how the government views and interacts with crypto,
For sure.
moving from this stance of, skepticism and caution
Right.
to one of active support and promotion.
It's a big change in mindset.
We've covered a lot of ground today,
We have.
from XRP's price surge and the SEC shakeup
Yeah.
to institutional adoption
Right.
and this potential for a crypto president.
A lot to digest.
If you're feeling a little overwhelmed by it all,
Yeah.
remember that resources like Beyond the Block can really help you navigate
Absolutely.
this complex and rapidly evolving landscape.
Beyond the Block is an excellent resource for staying informed and understanding the implications of all these developments. They do a great job of explaining things in a way
Right.
that's both informative and engaging.
So if you're curious about crypto, whether you're a seasoned investor or just starting to learn,
Yeah,
check out Beyond the Block.
definitely a great place to start.
They have podcasts,
Yeah.
a website,
Yeah.
and a great community of people who are passionate about crypto.
We have really valuable resource.
And remember, this is just the beginning. The crypto space is still in its early stages.
Yeah, still early.
And there's a lot of potential for growth and innovation.
Yeah, it's an exciting time to be involved.
Well said. That wraps up our deep dive into the latest crypto news.
Thanks for having me.
We'll be back next time with more insights and analysis.
Looking forward to it.
Until then, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep.
Everything